Hold on, I think Jack's about to potty. Gotta go pee her pants.
Okay. I'm not sure either, actually.
Jax, go for it.
No.
Well, so I'm looking through my big magnifying glass, and I see Steven, and I see Julie, and I see Maggie, and I see
That's
Bobby.
Romper Room. That's Romper Room.
Oh, that's the wrong show. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness.
The other one you're referring is Third Rock from the Sun.
Okay, so, yes, and that was a great show. I like that show. Is that what we're going to talk about? No, actually. What? What? Where are you getting that? No, actually, I enjoyed that show.
Third Rock from the Sun. Yeah, I've got all the episodes too. Oh, Romper Room. No.
Get brain, catch up. Come on. Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
Probably.
Exactly.
I'm just a dumb truck driver.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm just a dumb cab driver. Secret lab located underneath a volcano in Oahu once lived a mad scientist and his wife, and they had gerbils, but the gerbils just were not friendly enough nor companionable. So then they tried platypuses. Is it platypuses or platypi? Okay, so platypi did not work because of the venom on their spurs. It made for unhealthy contact with the children. They lost 3 actually before they figured it out. So then they went with being in Hawaii. They went with mongoose. Is it mongoose or is it mongoose? Anyway, they went with plural mongooses, and that didn't work. Mongai. There you go. Mongai.
Mongoloids.
Mongai. That sounds like a bad fungus. Anyway,
it was mongooses. They settled that in an episode of Magnum PI. Trust me on this one.
Oh, okay. So after, I like Magnum PI.
Oh, me too.
On that tangent, or should we get to the secret squirrels?
Yeah,
okay,
we're
so
talking about secret squirrels. So, I just wanted to say who they were, but now we're getting an origin story.
Okay. So
this is where Stanley comes in.
Because actually, one day the scientists left the window open, and a squirrel came in through the window to get one of the walnuts that was on the centerpiece of the table. And as he crossed the threshold of the window and went across the actual lab table where all the beakers and the
Is the island of Dr. Moreau?
Petri dishes and such as were
I think it's the island of Dr. Bandit.
I think so.
His tail actually drug through a petri dish with a radioactive isotope called isotope walnutish, And so the squirrel ate the isotope off his tail, licked it actually off his tail.
Getting way too long to involve people.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay, Secret Squirrels, in association with Dr. Jerome Corsi, author of numerous books. So he's hopefully going to be coming back with us. But we're kind of the people that volunteer left behind. CorsiNation.com, and opportunity to vent some stuff, to cause some trouble, that kind of thing. I'm going to have to change saying this is a smart conservative. So this is, we're starting to veer off course from what we originally planned. We're having much more fun, not really hearing. Because, not getting a whole lot of viewership. So, if you could share this with your friends, it really self-esteem. Anyway, Secret Squirrels. The name itself came from Dr. Corsi's room. Time he saw spy people.
Squirrely stuff.
Squirrely stuff, yes. You call them Secret Squirrels. So I wanted to cover real quick. Let's go to the spider. Go through the main thing. There's actually a couple of. Got well, Kavanaugh. I don't even want to. Bill Cosby sentenced 3 to 10 years. What do you think of that? Good.
I think it.
Good story.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's going to actual prison here. This isn't just house arrest.
The statute of limitations ran out a long time ago, so I'm not really sure what the issue is and why these people didn't come out before.
Well, all we're going to say is 3 to 10 years in actual prison, house arrest. There's that news. Next story, Donald Trump's worldview was laid bare at the UN. This is a CNN take on it. Worry anyway. Yeah. We what was it? DC Hammer, really good explanation of this today. So look up on Jerome Corsi YouTube channel, see the one for the day, and watch out for the microphone screen. But other than that, it was a good episode, and it really explains. I mean, the UN speech is potentially one of those kind of things like the Gettysburg Address, our generation. John Adams calling it.
Would you like for me to put the link in the
Oh, please. Yeah.
There it is.
So, yeah, but he's basically telling the UN people that we ain't. And says, down with the globalists. You guys suck. Going. You don't have to be American. You have to be patriotic, nationalist, and not a globalist. Because the globalists are the bad guys.
Yeah.
No.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
All right, going on. Snap election not in UK's interest during Brexit talks. And this is the part where we say, oh, did you happen to know Theresa May and Merkel, they had that picture circulating. They're like team together. I think the other girl ended up as a spy. Some really weird coinky-dink that really influential people knew each other as kids. They're quinky. Anyway, snap election not in UK's interest.
We knew each other as kids, and we're pretty influential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say? Wait a minute. Did you say influential or influenza? Okay.
So, okay. What do we got? We got Voice of America. No deal Brexit better than. Well, here's the question, guys. Know that over and visited talk, playing ball, playing games. Prime Minister Theresa, this is the Voice of America article. I'm just going to do pop up.
Okay.
I'm not going to go ahead and read the article, but Prime Minister Theresa May signaled Tuesday that she would prefer a no-deal Brexit to the offer currently put forward by the Europe. Actually, that sounds.
Yeah, but what is she really saying? Where's the? I want to see the fine print. That's my thing.
Let's go on. Stressing that Britain needs proposals from the EU Brexit negotiation. May last week, angry Brussels and built ended in dismissed. I've always said no deal is a bad deal. They said asked whether a Brexit was. Spokesman said later that May was specific type of trade Britain, which Britain believes Wales and Ireland. I think we need to know more about joining the.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think she's going to get run over and smooshed good.
Probably get smooshed either way, but
like a dead squirrel.
Probably
yes.
Maybe she gets smooshed a little bit less if she. Well, I don't know if there's any. Anyway, next story: U.S. military official no plans for Venezuela military intervention. Oh my gosh, those guys, they're down in Venezuela.
Yeah,
because that's what socialism.
Yes, it will.
And it doesn't matter how you change it up; it's still socialism, and there's still people that starve. Socialism, communism, fascism.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and look at the Zero Hedge article real quick. White House has a step-by-step program of escalation for Venezuela. White House has prepared an intelligence blueprint for according to a bombshell Monday evening report in action. According to the report, which follows a New York Times story, covering military coup plotter targeting President Nicolas Maduro trigger U.S. invasion. That's White House National Security Council has drafted a step-by-step program of office grounds for military intervention. Plans were revealed by Fernando Cutts, who is a top advisor to Security Advisor H. Master, top National Security Council. Cutts said he was part of a working group to lay out potential scenarios. Blah, blah, blah. Potentially go.
That will be interesting.
Yeah, the average Venezuelan, like six months ago, had already lost 19 pounds because of starvation. That was 6 months ago.
Yeah, I read that too. Yeah,
it's horrible.
We had worked up some kind of deal where we were going to trade like 1-to-1 course. It's like we could trade one Democrat for conservatives.
I think that's an excellent idea.
I think it's feasible.
I think that's something that Congress should take up immediately after Kavanaugh.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Are they some kind of meanies or something? Why wouldn't they do that?
Communists?
I'm sure that they would
I
love
don't know.
to go over there. I mean, they believe in it and everything. I mean, yes, just send them.
I think the first one that should go over is Nancy Pelosi.
Well, let's send Schumer first.
Maxine
He's
Waters.
one of the.
Okay, who's going
to? And Maxine is a good one too.
Actually, we could.
I think we're going to have
one. We could do a 3-to-1.
I'll take all those View people. And send them down.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have
Do I hear Maxine Waters? Do I hear Chuck Schumer? Do I hear Chuck Schumer? How about Maxine Waters? Maxine Waters. We have another vote for Chuck Schumer.
We'll have to do paper, rock, scissors.
Yeah, what about all those Hollywood actors that kept threatening to go to Canada.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah,
Robert
exactly.
De Niro. Can we send Robert De Niro?
That's what I'm saying. All of those that wanted to go to Canada, we can just ship them right down to Venezuela, and we'll do 3 to 1.
Yep.
We'll take one of theirs, and we'll give them 3 of our little socialist
Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey will fit in nicely there.
Michael Moore, he'll be the take up 3 seats in the plane.
We'll take 3 conservative Venezuelans to every 1 Democrat we ship down there. Come on, I'm willing to do that.
There you go.
That sounds like a great idea to me.
Yes.
Okay. So,
but the thing is they can't come back.
No, we're not even going to. They won't even passport. We're going to take all their ID because they don't need ID. They don't believe in that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So just kick their rear end right off the plane with a parachute. Just boom.
That's right.
There you go.
I say we don't check the parachutes for safety.
Here's a news story
not,
for you. Dunkin' Donuts is officially dropping donuts from its name, so it's just Dunkin'. Dunkin'. But
that's no fun.
Newsworthy stuff right
Seriously?
there.
Seriously?
Wow.
Just call us Dunkin'.
All right.
Huh.
Dunkin', what's your function?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Here's a Mother Jones article. That one's good, right?
Oh, hey, what are they slandering today? Saying today.
It's got something.
Oh, really? Restored endangered speed for grizzlies. Why are the grizzly bears endangered again? Is there not enough people feeding them at Yellowstone? No, you're not, but a lot of people do anyway.
Yeah, because everybody knows that you're not supposed to feed the ducks because that will make them dependent.
Right.
Yet they support communism.
Exactly.
They just disconnect.
Well,
something to do with hunting trophy. I can look at it if you want.
Oh, what does it say? There will be hell to pay, it says.
Best to stay in Syria until Iran.
Interesting.
Because Syria is, well, at least parts of Syria, puppet regime. Iran. So, what was that? Idlib? Did they ever get rid of Idlib? Gonna have some big thing happen there. What happened?
Exactly. I really hadn't heard a lot since the other day.
So the UN speech that President Trump gave today, I don't know if it was Trump himself that's want to put some pressure everybody else to put.
I think that's a good idea.
I am, sir. No, I'm
oh, he's roboting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now if we had video of him doing that, it would be great.
Como era gato, Mr. Roboto. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
That was a Verizon, I think. Probably get sued for that.
Yes.
That. So,
only if I get paid.
Bolton
That's
said,
right.
We're not going to leave as long as Iranian troops are outside of Iranian borders. That includes Iranian proxies and militias. Idlib province people. But
I think that's reasonable.
So, Bandit, did we hear anything about Idlib province recently?
I have not, but I've been out of the loop. I've been training ex-Navy guys to drive truck.
Eller?
You know what?
Are they going to teach you how to drive a boat?
Drop and swap.
Yeah.
No, he is actually one of my best trainees that I've had since I've been training. There's something to be said about the military. Doesn't matter what branch. They're on top of things for the most part.
Well, they know how to listen.
Yeah.
True, but I also believe that most of them, not all of them, but most of them already have a step up in life. If they joined, it was for a reason, and they're ahead of the game. They're ahead of the curve, and this guy is. He's a good guy, real good guy.
Awesome.
So, yep. So, but other than that, he's been keeping me away from the show and my research and my on-air personality.
Into the great conspiracies of our time.
Yeah.
I do have. I'm going to get to the
excellent
thing that we, it'll take me some time to learn how to use it, because synthesizer thing, I don't know how to use it. Not a piano player, nothing like that. Supposedly I can see how it goes.
Play us a song, piano
something
man.
Something has to be done is what something has to be. Boom, 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 boom. We can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like I'm in an episode of Wayne's World, guys.
Mission Impossible.
That's probably the right kind of. That's probably the right kind of show that we.
Wayne's World.
Oh, I thought we had been. Game on. Oh, sorry.
Are you guys going to do the Claudia Schiffer too?
Oh, swing.
He did it. I can't believe that.
Okay.
Looking through here, I'm not really finding particular.
Well, okay, so go over here to your right. That Cody Wilson, he leaves a 3D printed company after he was actually arrested for sexual assault charges. First, they were banging down on the 3D guns being printed, and they were getting rid of, weren't allowing patents or something to that effect for them to be printed. And now, mysteriously, someone comes, against him for sexual assault charges, and then he's arrested too. So I'm not sure. I haven't read about the backstory on that, but I remember hearing a little bit about it last week, that there was an issue here in Texas with the 3D gun company with that guy, but now apparently he's been arrested.
Yeah, was that a hot thing or that?
It says with a 16-year-old girl, but who knows what the backstory on it? Was she a stripper somewhere? Who knows?
Or an undercover cop?
Yeah.
Never know. Part of a actually doubt it, because pedophile rings are like really young.
Usually.
Pope says church spared no effort to fight abuse. So the Catholic Church is trying to clean itself up, or at least parts of it.
Well, some of them are.
Civil war within the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Like to hear some news that some of that effort is carried over in. Fishing crew member are charged with murder in it.
Wow. That's kind of hairy.
Massachusetts. Mexican national charge with the killing.
Maybe.
So it's a Mexican national charge killing of.
Was he a Mexican national or an illegal?
I don't know what I don't.
Right, but where was his actual place of residence? That's my question.
Well,
I just wonder if the news is glossing over it again.
Is it dual citizenship or is it outright alien?
Right.
But he's not an illegal alien until he crosses the border illegally. So where did they catch him?
Well, the fishing vessel off the coast of Massachusetts. So our waters, you're considered like American soil, within 200 miles.
Yeah, I don't know what international waters. You're the Navy guy. You know more about that than I do.
Though I don't really.
It's like 200 miles or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, so Jax is the Coast Guard girl. Okay. All right.
No, actually, I've just done a lot of boat type thingies.
All right.
I like
thingies.
boats.
Yeah, that's it.
That would be the name of my next album.
In the audience, you don't try this at home. We're professionals.
And that is the name of my next album, Boat Type Thingies, by Squirrel Bandit Squirrel. Anyway,
so Voice of America article: number of babies born with syphilis out to give our babies.
Chemtrails. Hey, there he is. Patriot 3.
Sorry, guys.
Woke up.
Yep,
even I don't sleep this long.
I was sitting there listening to DC Camp, and then the next thing I know, I said, "What time is it?" My wife said, 6:15. Oh, hey, got to get on there.
I thought you were going to say that you were listening to DC Camp and you fell asleep. What the heck?
I wasn't going to say that. No, I wasn't going to say that.
Hey, Brain. Yeah? Hey, Brain. Marie Reiko. I'm not going to try that last name. I'm sorry if I butchered that. But she says that everybody's great, but your voice, Brain, is cutting out every couple of words.
That means
and Russ is saying the same thing.
Filter.
Or you're off kilter with your filter.
I'm off somehow. Well, we'll say that much. I'm off somehow.
Put your kilt back on, lad.
Oh my goodness.
How does that sound? Does that sound any better? I don't know if it's like I don't know.
Hey guys in the chat, if you could give us a thumbs up or let us know, it'd be appreciated.
I have a fan on in the other room. Let me turn that off so I could get less noise involved.
Okay.
You guys entertain. I'm going to put the music on in honor of Patriot, coming in here. Is he still here?
I'm here.
You're here.
Woohoo! We love it when you're here, Patriot 3.
Oh, I love it when you guys are. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I'm still waking up.
So how was school today? Anything fun and exciting happen? Anything you can entertain us with?
Oh, I found out that it's 80% of the student body are student athletes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I thought, wow. And then I think I made the mistake of asking who in this classroom are not student athletes, and I had 4 little kids pull their hands up. They might have been like 5 foot and 100 pounds, and I went, sorry. Everybody else, it's not like, I just picked on them.
And everybody made fun of you because you couldn't throw a ball farther than 3 foot, and you couldn't basketball and dribble at the same time.
Hey, none of this. What is going on here? We are out of control.
I'm sorry.
Reiko says that we're brilliant, so she's liking us. She's liking us.
5 by 5?
I think so.
I'm 5 times 10.
Oh my gosh.
No, I just turned it this weekend.
Yeah, I know that.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I think.
I'm still 29.
I'm 29 and holding.
Me too.
Can't even tell you how many years.
We're not even going there. We're not going there. We're not going there.
Great.
Well, thank you. So do you. So do you, Patriot 3.
I'm sorry. You sound fabulous. Fabulous.
Oh my gosh.
So what did I miss? I mean, did I hear any? I mean, did Rosenstein turn in his letter yet?
No, we're waiting.
Hmm.
There was.
Oh, he could.
That was
Go
a
ahead.
rumor.
Be the, he could be the Scarlet R.
Yeah.
He's a little girl.
Turn his pink slip or his pink girdle or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if anybody's going to get to hear what Trump said about us being a sovereign nation and that nobody's going to have the opportunity to come in. I just can't even believe it.
It will not happen. It will not get out there. But it won't get out there.
Such a strong anti-globalist statement to say today, and
that was great, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Fox might let it slip out, but the rest of them definitely aren't gonna.
Yeah, it's too bad.
They'll downplay it.
Anything else happen today?
Brain
got his first.
Was at the last minute of the Corsi show.
What'd they mention?
We're going to vote on Friday. A vote for Kavanaugh on Friday.
Right.
Oh, right on.
If it doesn't get held off.
Yeah. We've heard this song and dance before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I feel like I could go out into the news right now and say he groped me, and I could delay it a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Don't you remember? I mean, come on. You guys could all say he's making it up. He wasn't even around at that time. And I'll
push that button.
It's unbelievable.
What happens?
What's that?
Push a button. Push a button and everything.
Wow. Oh, hey.
Button,
yeah,
just one button and the whole thing not work.
I beg your pardon?
And brain screwed everything up and with just one button.
I pushed the button and it made my microphone not.
Oh.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
What are your theories for why allergies have jumped among kids?
Allergies.
Because
No, I mean, among others, I'm talking about just the fact that we used to have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at school all the time, but now it seems that so many kids have got peanut allergies or they're allergic to this, that, or the other, and that things have just changed.
It's the shots that they give them. It's all the shots they give them.
Right.
What was that, Army Wife?
It's all the shots that they give them.
Yeah, I wonder if it's that. And another thing is I've noticed that the doctors have put off starting kids on solid foods to a lot later than it used to be. And I'm wondering if that's causing problems. Because none of my kids have any peanut allergies. They don't. The allergies they have that they've acquired have been from being away from something for a while and then coming back.
Right.
Yeah, between the fast food and the junk, all the junk food. I mean, even regular food has all these additives, and they're all a bunch of chemicals.
Right.
You know, so the kids during their formative years, they're not even getting a healthy diet. I mean, it's just a bunch of nasty stuff. And then there's
GMOs in the food.
Then there's the Monsanto aspect. You know, they're feeding a bunch of poison. You got the deal where all of our wheat is being sprayed with
Roundup.
Yeah, Roundup, so that it'll produce more yield, and you know, a lot of people are developing.
They're genetically modified so that that's already in there with it.
Right. Remember, we had to fight for years. There was a fight for years, literally, to force many of these companies to even put on the box if it was GMO.
And I'm also going to throw one more thing into the mix, and that is antibacterial. Antibacterial everything. Antibacterial soap.
Yeah.
Antibacterial
Yeah,
wipes,
I agree.
Antibacterial.
Antibacterial everything.
We shouldn't have that. It takes down the body's natural immune system. I'm telling you right now.
I heard that all that does
and it
is
also
just
makes the bacteria more resistant,
hand.
right? The strains, it makes them more resistant because they had learned to adapt to that.
Exactly.
Well, and I worked for I worked in a neurologist who treated MS, and he once told me that MS has risen so dramatically, and they think that it is because everybody cleans everything so stringently that there's no chance even for the good bacteria to live. So you have nothing. You've got a total absence of bacteria, and he said you need most of that bacteria. He says even the bad stuff isn't bad because it helps you build a resistance.
You make me feel like White from The Office, where I want everybody to sneeze on me now.
What about that new news that you got? For all these years, they've been telling us that cholesterol is related to heart attacks and stuff, and now they say, no, there's no connection whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but they did studies, and they said, even eating fat is not related to heart disease. What's actually related to heart disease is the lack of eating fat and having fat in your diet. That will cause heart disease faster than eating fat.
I'm going to sidetrack you guys for 1 second. I'm going to tell you a quick story.
We're too serious.
It's the only, no, this is serious.
Is it about bacon?
We are disciplined. We are professionals.
Hey, this is serious as a heart attack that we were just talking about. But this is the only way I know how to convey what I'm trying to say. I hauled rebar. You know what rebar is? Reinforcement rod for in concrete.
Yes.
I hauled
Used
rebar
it many times.
Okay, so they have pulled down 100-year-old buildings in downtown Chicago where rebar used to be just a square bar that they twisted. Okay, that's what it used to be. That's what old rebar is. And they pulled 100-year-old buildings down in Chicago. The cement is crumbling. The rebar is fine. It is not even rusted. It is fine. But somewhere along the line, someone who knew somebody on Capitol Hill came up with the idea of coating the rebar in vinyl, green vinyl.
Oh, geez.
And then they pushed through laws that said all bridges, all like parking garages, all structures that are open to the elements have to have this coated rebar in them. Now, mind you,
but that's
bridges are falling apart.
I mean, that's just
hold on here.
No stinking bridges.
Yeah. Hold on here.
Because they can't. The cement can't hold to the rubber coating that they put on there.
Well, my point being is, the old rebar was fine.
Yes.
We didn't need to coat it in vinyl, okay? But somebody decided to try and make a buck. Yep. And so to make a buck, they went to one of their friends at Capitol Hill and said, hey, pass a law that says all these bridges have to have this coated rebar in it. Okay. Now, translate that to our medical fields.
Right.
Every time, medical and / food, every time the egg people say, oh, eggs are great for you, which I do believe they are actually. But then somebody else who's trying to pump their food says, oh no. Or how about saturated fats versus the margarine people say real butter's not good for you. Well, real butter says no, margarine's not good for you. I happen to believe real butter is good for you and not margarine. It's man-made. But that's the gist of it. Somebody's always trying to make a buck.
Well,
that's what it's the dog test on that one.
Yes.
The dog test. The dog test. You put margarine or butter, and the dog will go for the butter every time.
Yeah.
Oh, bugs won't even touch margarine. Drop a slab of margarine out on the sidewalk. Ants, nothing will go towards it. Nothing.
I've seen them pull out little sleds and start sliding through it, though.
Yeah, it's like margarine is, I believe,
I saw a fly going for a landing, slide off the curb.
Margarine, I think, is one chemical composition away from plastic, I believe.
That's so gross.
Well,
Oh yeah, I read that too. I read that.
Yeah.
Well, here's
long
the
time
thought.
ago.
Here's the thought. My grandfather, we all used to be grossed out every week. My grandmother would make a nice roast, and there'd always be a whole bunch of fat on the end. And my grandmother would bake it with the roast. And my grandfather, the second it came out of the oven, he carved off that fat and he made a sandwich out of it. And my grandmother would tell him, "You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die." He was 95 when he finally passed away.
Well, he would have lived to 96.
And
Oh yeah, well George Burns smoked a cigar everywhere he went, and he lived to about 101.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right. So,
Yep.
And he was God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
Smith and Wesson
hilarious.
shareholders vote in favor of issuing a report on gun violence. What do you think? You think Smith and Wesson
Well,
is owned by the deep state? How's that for a
No.
twist?
no, to go with Bandit on that one.
Well,
Mainstream
actually,
media.
what's that other one? Colt. Colt is owned by deep state. Seriously.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Prove it.
No.
Come on, I'm serious.
Let me see my source. Where did I find that? I gotta figure
I'd like to have a day of gum.
I read
violet.
that on where did I read that?
Chew it
gonna
up,
take
pop
me a
bubbles,
second
and
to
throw
find
it
it.
at people.
Pop, 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 pop.
Chew it up, throw it at people, see if it sticks.
Oh, in their hair.
Put
That's
it
the
away.
worst.
Put it away.
Put it away now.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Oh my gosh.
I'll have to come back to you on that other thing. I don't remember where I saw it.
Violence! Bazooka. Bazooka
one.
for the heavy hitters.
Oh my
Here
gosh.
you go. We'll bring this up. This is an article. This is actually a really amazing article. I'm gonna even put this link in the chat because it is a
Let's hear it,
great.
Uncle Brain. Tell us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Animal stories.
Okay. This is
Is that
Neon
Michael
Revolt.
Douglas?
Oh,
You guys know about
Was
Neon
the-
Revolt? Do you ever listen to Neon Revolt or read Neon Revolt?
was
Can
the
barely hear
squirrel
you.
okay, Uncle Brain?
You can't hear me? What am I?
I couldn't barely.
Barely.
Okay.
Is that Michael Douglas?
Neon Revolt?
Just the San Francisco era right there.
Neon Revolt. Neon Revolt. This is a great
Okay,
story.
the Neon Revolt.
Can you hear me now?
No, that's better. Yes, yes, you're better. Thank you.
It's
Okay.
revolting.
Neon Revolt. It's a great story. Now I can hear myself too well. I get that little hissy thing in my ears. Okay.
Is the squirrel okay, Uncle Brain?
Do you guys see what I have to work with here? This is what I have to deal with all the time. You guys should have
best
great
and the
compassion
brightest.
for me.
The best and the brightest.
Okay, so Neon Revolt article. Yeah, she says that. Neon Revolt article. It's very, I don't know, informative. It's a very informative article. Talks about the deep state. You know? And in great detail. If you guys have followed Q, this story is absolutely fascinating because if you see that pyramid thingy, you know, they got the triangle deal on the actually let me get this scrolled down a little bit so you guys can see it better. So let's see, where's the title? P, the unseen masters of all. Hashtag QAnon, hashtag Great Awakening, hashtag Who is P, hashtag Illuminati, 13 Bloodlines, Paysewer, Springmire. Paysewer there. I'm going to save you that's the secret name right there. Who's at the top of these secret bloodlines? It all goes back to this name, Paysewer. This article, oh my goodness. I'll tell you what. Okay. There's a book
Viola?
came out, I think it was in the 80s, maybe the 90s. It was called Holy Blood, Holy Grail. You guys heard of that book?
I haven't, no.
Well,
I already have one.
you have one what?
Holy Grail, we already got one.
Well, okay, listen, guys. I'm going to take a minute to try to be a little bit serious.
Oh,
try to restrain yourself. Okay, so I can't even do it myself. Stop it. Okay, Pesur
is tight.
Pesur is in the same sort of well, it's the same family as the Sinclairs. And the Sinclairs in the Holy Blood, Holy Grail. Okay, let me set up the first of all, the title of this book, Holy Blood, Holy Grail. Why did they name the title? Why did they title the book that? Because in those French, all those, the Holy Grail stories, some of them were, circulated in medieval England and stuff like that. But I think originally it started out in French. There were French stories. And the original French word was Sang Grail. It was one word. And they split it up so that it became San Grail. So that it became two words, right? San Grail, which means Holy Grail. But if you take the G off of the second word and you put it at the end of the first word, then it is Sang Real, which means royal blood. And these Cabal things, everybody knows the Cabal has a weird obsession with bloodlines. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So the big secret to the Holy Grail legends is that it's about the bloodlines.
It's always been about the bloodlines.
Right, but that's the whole purpose of this book is to take this legend that everybody already knows about it, and this was back in like the 80s or 90s or something like that when this book came out. So and that was far before the Dan Brown book about the Illuminati and all that.
Oh, come on. Oh, that movie.
Yeah.
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 So anyway,
with,
the story, the basic story here is that, at least according to the Holy Blood, Holy Grail, is that
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, Da Vinci Code, right. Jesus was a rabbi, and in that time period, to be a rabbi, it's very likely that you were married. Who are you married to?
Yes.
Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene, right.
So the story is that the wedding that's mentioned in the Bible is actually
was his.
It was his wedding to Mary Magdalene.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that why they call it being married?
No, I don't know. Maybe. Anyway,
maybe.
Look at this. I'm trying to be serious. You see this? You see this? The troubles that I go through.
You never know.
Life is hard. Hide
Go
your nuts.
ahead, Brain. I'm listening.
I love that movie. It was a wonderful.
So anyway, yeah. Okay. So
the coconuts are hidden.
And the story is that. So Jesus and Mary Magdalene were married, and they had kids, no less. And these kids escaped up into Europe. Where do we say? We could say to the area that we now call France. And there's this whole bloodline called the Merovingians, right? The Merovingian is a royal bloodline. And supposedly it is the bloodline of Jesus. Right? Right. So anyway, down through the centuries, it becomes the Sinclair family and this Pesur family. And supposedly they're the ones at the top of the pyramid. The ones that the Rothschilds and the Soros and the Rockefellers, all those people have to answer to the Pesur family.
Right.
And it's all about preserving this royal lineage. And so...
Yes. I have one problem with that theory. If that's the case, if they're at the top of the pyramid with all these other butt heads, I mean, this is Jesus's bloodline. Them other people are evil. The Soroses and the Rothschilds.
Right. Okay. How did they become? How did the Jesus bloodline become the Satanists that we know now as the Cabal? And the way they do that is they intermarry with. So the Satanist people intermarry with that bloodline.
Right.
So it corrupted it.
I mean, that's one possibility. That's one way of thinking about it, is that this satanic bloodline merged with this, this royal divinity thing. That's one possibility. But anyway, the Pesurs, you bring it down through the generations and everything, and these are the guys that and somewhere, I mean, and they got this list. If you I don't know if you can see the YouTube video, these guys, but there's this book. It's a CIA document, Bloodlines of the Illuminati, by Fritz Springmeier of 1995. And it's a book. It's a full book. It's going to take you. I think it's like 300 pages. I think he mentioned. And this is Neon Revolt that I'm talking about here. Great conspiracy site.
Okay.
So let me get down a ways here. Yeah. So basically, it wasn't released directly by Q, but the Q community on 4chan/8chan and probably other sources, they got that new vote thing. Anyway, somewhere in the community, they figured out that this is the P that was mentioned in Q, is this Pesur family. So they're the ones at the top of the pyramid.
Okay.
And okay, let me go down further in this article. This is a long article, lots of information here. But, and so of course, if they are, and here's the Jewish side of it, if they are descended from Jesus, then they are literally Jewish.
Right.
And so, I mean, a lot of people are talking about, the Israel thing, but there's still a lot of confusion there, because so part of this speculation, they talking about the Illuminati and the Gnostics. I actually think the Gnostics have some convincing perspectives. I mean, what they basically, the way they look at it, they're actually, they're it's like a Gnostic is someone who's kind of a cross between like a Christian and a Buddhist. So you can think of it maybe like that they have this idea of like a transcendent state, or a transcendent consciousness or something. But they believe that the creator God of the Old Testament is actually the Satan, because the creator God has trapped us in the wheel of reincarnation, right?
Okay.
So it's in this, and it's basically that we become addicted to our bodies. We become addicted to the world of flesh, and that's what traps our spirit in this wheels of reincarnation. It's along those lines. So they believe that Jesus was holy, but holy because he represents a transcendent God that's above the creator God. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, to me, I mean, if you're just on that level, the Gnostics seems pretty convincing. It's a pretty convincing way of thinking about this. But then through this speculation here, you have Gnostic religion is something I've called the Babylonian mystery cult. So to me, that's stretching it. I don't think, maybe I'd have to look into it more, but he's trying to say that the Babylonians are Gnostics. I don't know about that. I don't know. Because I don't know. We'll have to figure this out. This is going to take some time to, go through this. But I mean, it's definitely a challenge to stereotypical Judeo-Christian traditions and stuff where they worship the creator God. But from a Gnostic point of view, so it would make sense to see them as the Antichrist, because in the sense, if they look at it upon as Christ as representative of the creator God, then he, from their point of view, he is the, Jesus is the Antichrist in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, it's convoluted, and I don't know what these connections are. I mean, it's going to take time to sort it through. But it is interesting that they talk about this Moonchild thing, because I remember, what is it, P-Funk in the 70s, that funk band, Parliament?
Uh-huh.
Calls themselves P-Funk, and they would call each other Star Child and stuff like that. It was like a hippie thing.
Yeah.
So Moonchild, Star Child, I mean, that sounds very much the kind of thing that these people are talking about. So then they got the picture of the Vanderbilt family with the human sacrifice above the bed, with the little kids reading some little bedtime story with the human sacrifice as the setting.
Anderson Cooper. Yeah, there we go.
Anderson Cooper's mom. And the brother that they sacrificed. Yeah, they got the Mother of Darkness here. So, some of these connections make sense to me. So the Mother of Darkness is the same as the Whore of Babylon. i.e., Hillary. No, seriously, I think that's who.
I
think that's what
really
they
good
think
thing
of it.
about Babylon the other day. Someone was saying yesterday, I believe it was Tom Steyer, the guy who putting all this money into. I guess he had said he was going to run in 2020, and who knows if he changed. Anyway, they said that he was the Pacer bloodline. I don't remember where I saw it. It was somebody's Twitter thing that was connected to, I think, one of the people that were at one of the rallies. Had a Q shirt on or something.
So here we go at the part of the article where we're talking about assets of Louis Cass Pacer. So this is some kind of I don't know where was this? Somebody did a study about Pacer's assets, and it was from a while ago. But he lists all these things, different companies that they own, and all their shell companies. They own tons and tons of railroad companies. And later on in the article, it says that all of the electrical companies have to be run. There's some kind of obscure law on the books that all of the electricity generated have to be owned by the railway system. And all of the railway systems are owned by these Pacer people.
All right.
And my cigarette keeps going out. Sorry about that.
Oh, I thought that was the squirrel lighting up.
Yeah, man. Squirrels.
The detective squirrel in the background lighting up.
That's right. So, yeah, so you got these railway companies and stuff. But later on down here, and this is what started all this, I want to tell you guys, Bandit is the one that started this conversation because he didn't believe me that the cabal owns Colt. And we're going to find it. All the things that Pacer owns, including all sorts of
And I thought
banks.
I got sidetracked. Holy crap.
They own R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, and that's Marlboro. If you look on the Marlboro pack, that's the KKK symbol. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got all sorts of companies. Heinz Pickles, and I mean.
Yeah, there's actually a graph out there that covers a lot of this.
There it is.
That has like the
Colt Firearms Company, and then Standard Oil Company, Exxon Corporation, BF Goodrich, Sherwin-Williams Paint, and this is this is from a while ago when they were describing all their assets. These are like major companies.
Yeah.
And they're all just a bunch of shell companies so that we don't really know how much they're actually worth.
Exactly.
So there you
go. Kind of like playing Monopoly.
Oh, geez.
So there's that. So you guys should check out the Neon Revolt thing. Did I put that link in the YouTube chat?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, thank you.
Neon Revolt. Yeah, it's a great article. Take the time to look through it. I was going to try to do some other things, but we're running out of time. And we haven't even got through Spider yet. It's all because of Bandit.
Yes.
You guys blame Bandit.
Bandit? You need to be... No, I'll be nice.
Somebody beat him up. Beat him up for me.
You were going to spy me.
Maybe.
Well, okay. Hey, who was the jerk that ran for president that's married to a Heinz?
John Kerry.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you very much.
He's a fellow Skull and Bones member. He's a Skull and Bones guy.
Uh-huh.
John Kerry.
This is the circle of life. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that article, it actually says that Abraham Lincoln was part of this bloodline too. Not necessarily the Merovingian line, but he's of a similar nature to the JFK, who had those blood ties, but also had strength enough of character to stand up against them. That's why they both got shot.
Makes you wonder why, like I said, why, like 23andMe and Ancestry, all of those that you send your blood to. No.
Oh, well, I wouldn't do that. Even though I know some of those people, that's just asking for trouble.
Well, here's another one.
Yeah,
This is potentially of interest, and this is a while ago, and I wasn't thinking about it because I didn't think it would still be on Spider, but this is BBC. It's a very short article. U.S. diplomat found dead in Madagascar. So Madagascar is that big, huge island thing off of Africa, and there's not much to it. You know, there's like this tweet, basically. That's all it is. We are deeply saddened to confirm that a U.S. Foreign Service officer was found dead in their residence in the overnight hours of Friday, September 21st. Our deepest sympathies go out to the family and to the U.S. Madagascar community. Well, guess what? U.S. Foreign Service officer, I'm thinking probably means spy. You know, and we are the Squirrels.
Exactly.
We're here to, look for your nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to find them.
Oh, my.
And with that, we're going to sign off. I'm missing my music.
Dokey.
Wait a minute. Where'd my music go?
Where'd the
there's
music
my
go?
music. Okay. It's in the YouTube. You know,
It's already been an hour?
It's been an hour. Because we're productive squirrels. You know.
It has been an hour.
Well, time flies when you're having fun, I suppose.
And most of that's because Bandit just sidelined me. He didn't believe me.
Thank me later for the best show we've ever had.
You think
That's
so?
fine. Yes, absolutely.
I think it's pretty good, yeah.
All right.
You got me thinking.
We will have the most amount of listeners, watchers, whatever you want to call them, than ever before in the history
of the Secret
Squirrels.
Yeah.
Yes.
All because I said, really, the Colts are going to beat the Minnesota Vikings? Really?
No, not that. Colt the Firearms Company.
Oh, that's what I said. That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness. Life is hard.
Heaven help.
Okay. So that's enough of that. We are the Secret Squirrels, wishing you to have a good night or whatever. Sleep soundly because there's nothing happening. You know, the world is just doing its thing.
I thought it was supposed to be a big boom week.
This is only Tuesday.
That's right.
Oh,
I think
going
it's
slow.
Thursday. Thursday's supposed to be the day.
Thursday and Friday's going to be hopping. Get your popcorn ready.
Could be.
Go to Costco, folks.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I've told my wife that 2 or 3 times. I've said, go get some water.
You're gonna need the big box of popcorn down aisle 6.
Yes.
It's on the right hand side. The Orville Redenbacher's is the one I get.
Exactly.
This hour of Secret
that's
Squirrels
GMO.
brought to you by Costco.
That's GMO.
All right.
Orville Redenbacher's not good for you.
Enough of that.
Get the Eaton brand.
And use real butter.
Bye,
Pop the
everybody.
Real
kernel.
butter.
See you next time.
Real butter.
Come back and see us again.